Hi everyone, I am one of Auntie Melly's godchildren, Katrine. I'd like to provide the highlights of her life and the details throughout the room. She was born on February 8, 1949 to Epitacio and Epifania Dial and given the name Emilia Pangilinan Dial. She is the eldest to her siblings, Maximo, Ricolito, Teddy, Helen, and Luz. She eloped and married Antonio Gamponia on February 19, 1977 in the Philippines, and later had a church wedding March 1978 in the United States. They had their first and only child, Anne-Marie, on October 6, 1978. Auntie Melly worked for one company, Chicago Title, from October 1969 and retired October 2004. She became a widow in November 2002. She gained a son-in-law, Mike, on October 2, 2004, became a grandmother to her first grandson, Devin, on December 1, 2005, and again to her second grandson, Jackson, on January 10, 2014. Onset of vascular dementia began early months of 2014. She began dialysis due to stage 5 renal failure in June 2014 and finalized treatment on May 26, 2018. She began hospice May 28, 2018, and passed away peacefully at home early morning of June 9, 2018. Today, we celebrate the life of Emilia Gamponia, also known as Mom, Mama to her grandsons, Mama Melly, Auntie Melly, Melly, Auntie Sis, and of course forever known as Sis. She loved her family, church, coworkers, neighbors, and friends. She enjoyed socializing and had a passion to serve and feed the homeless. This led her to join the homeless outreach, which had her preparing gallons of soup or having Auntie Esther cook pots of rice, chicken, and pancit every week during the cold season. She was beyond generous with providing food for anyone and giving money. Truly a person who would give you every penny she had. She loved celebrations, always gathering family and friends to have meals together. Before cell phones and texting, she was the person who made mass phone calls. Her favorite foods were Milky Way, patis, which is fish sauce, and drinking endless amounts of Coke and Diet Coke. She loved her Coca-Cola so much that red became one of her favorite colors. If you didn't know, she had the greenest thumb around. Every seed given to her always flourished. She loved her flowers, especially red roses. She loved her family and friends so much that she made each one feel as though they were her favorite person. There's so much more about Auntie Melly, but you had to be there to experience the kind of joy she shared with everyone. She will truly be missed and always be loved.
Auntie Sis was fun to be around. One memory that really sticks out is when we were living in the Manzana house. I was probably about 10 years old and I had a toy snake that looked real. Well, if you know Auntie Sis, snakes are one of her worst fears, and I just wanted to test it when I was a kid. We found out that she was coming over, so our cousin Brandon, my brother Chris, and I decided to grab it. Right when she walked through the front door, we chased her around the house, and I could not believe how scared she was. After her probably cussing us out in some ball and my parents throwing away the snake and us getting in trouble, she still laughed at us and just laughed at it. And that's what I really liked about her. She knew how to have fun. And I'm gonna miss you, Auntie Sis. I'm gonna miss your smile. I'm gonna miss your laugh and your cooking. Thank you for everything you've done for my family and I. Your giving is just so contagious. You spoiled your nieces and your nephews, and us, of course. Thank you for supporting me when I went to Nashville and for encouraging me after every performance you've attended. I'm happy that you're in heaven right now. You're healed, you're problem-free, and with God. We love you so much, Auntie Sis, and we're gonna miss you.
First, I'd like to say thank you, Auntie Sis, for being such a wonderful auntie. Thank you for supporting me. I'm so grateful for having you. You supported me during all of my activities, my graduations, career choices. Thank you for being in the audience to clap for me and cheer for me. I'll miss our Sunday drives, our weekend drives to the grocery stores, Seafood City, to the recycling center. And I thank you for being there before I had a car, for driving me everywhere I needed to go. If I needed to get to work, school, an appointment, you were always one I can depend on. I'll miss you. I love you very much, Auntie. Rest in peace. Bye.
Hi, I'm Jennifer, one of Auntie Sis's few nieces, because we're all mainly boys in the family. Auntie Sis to me was pretty cool. She was full of life, drama-free, and laughed at everything. She was always excited to be with family, especially see the little ones. I'll never forget how she always said to me, "Hey, baby," and she would say it just like that. Or when I would call her Emmy or Emilia, and she would get so mad at me. She would pick up me and my brothers from high school sometimes in this long old car. I can't remember what it was, but my brothers and I used to duck in the back seat and hide so no one saw us leave in her car. And one time my friend rode home with us and we told her to duck also. And Auntie Sis would just be laughing at us while she drove off. And we would say, "Hurry up, Auntie." But she gave me a lot of memories, great memories in high school, and I'll never forget them. I love you, Auntie Sis.
Hi, my name is Jared, and I am one of Auntie Sis's nephews. And yeah, Auntie Sis to me was someone who just was always supportive. Oh shoot. Whoa. She always took care of us every Sunday and fed us and was like always supportive. She always laughed. Her and Auntie Esther would always be there cooking food for us every Sunday night when we'd go to their house. Pretty much she fed me all throughout my junior high school, college years on the weekends. It was just like a nice place to stay at her house, hang out with family. One of like the nicest people you'd ever meet. You go there, she's always happy. She always told me to bring all my friends over to feed them, and she always said she was proud of me for what I did in school and stuff like that. Just a loving person. She's gonna be missed. Oh, I don't know if the other cousins talked about this, but yeah, her real name's not Sis, it's Melly. But me and some of the other cousins did not figure that out till college. It was because our parents called my Auntie Sis, and well, of course, you just throw on Auntie because everyone had a name. They called my dad Max, Auntie Helen, so we just called them Auntie Helen, Uncle Max, or Auntie Luz. But they called Sis, or my dad called Sis, so that's where I got Auntie Sis from, and always thought it was her name. Yeah, I don't know if you guys knew that, but yep, it's kind of embarrassing. Figured it out like when I was like in my 20s, but whatever. Learn something new every day. All right, guys, gotta go. Peace.
Auntie Sis was a phenomenal woman. What I'll miss most about her is her laugh. She had a very infectious laugh. Regardless if she was laughing at you or at somebody else, you could not help but to laugh with her. Her laughing was that contagious. Auntie Sis, I'm sorry I couldn't be there for your final days. But I know you're in a better place right now. In a place where there's no more pain. In a place where you're with Uncle Tony. I just want you to know that I love you and I'll miss you. And to Ann, Mike, Devin, Jackson, and also Auntie Esther, I'll be continually praying for you guys. I know you guys have had it rough, but just know that I'm here for you guys if ever you need me. I love you guys and I miss you guys. Take care.
Auntie Sis, you'll always be missed. I just remember always spending time with you. When my mom was at work, you would always watch me and my little brother Austin. And we really miss you. We love you.
We miss you, Auntie Sis. We love you always in our heart.
Yeah, well, we're always gonna miss her. I remember she always took care of us in our childhood. I always enjoyed spending the majority of our childhood, especially my sister and all of our cousins. She always made sure that we were well fed.
Yes.
Especially when my parents didn't want to take care of us during the weekends. Auntie Sis would always rise to the occasion.
Yes.
So we'll always love her.
We're always gonna miss her. Go ahead, yes.
Going off of that, she was always so kind and to me and my brother and our cousins, because I mean she would let 10-year-olds run around her house and take care of us. She would drive us to the mall and do all these things for us, and it's just I would always see her really happy and
Always smiling.
always smiling. Yeah, so I always have that memory of her.
Jesus said, "Let the children come to me, because the kingdom of God belongs to such as theirs." When I was a kid, a 12-year-old kid, and you helped me seek Jesus Christ with family, resources, testimony, and wisdom. And I'll continue to serve the kingdom. Thank you, Auntie Sis, Auntie Melody. Rest in heaven.
Hi everyone, my name is Nick and I'm one of Auntie Sis's nephews. One of my favorite memories of Auntie Sis was when her and Auntie Esther would be at my house every Sunday preparing food for my family. We would get home after church and there was always just food ready for us to eat that would last us like the whole week. And Auntie Sis was just a very generous person, always very willing to help her family. She loved her family very much. When I think of Auntie Sis, I just remember how much I just remember how loving she was, how helpful and like I said, generous with what she had. She was always just willing to help us with her time, giving us rides and making us food, buying us food. And yeah, I love Auntie Sis very much and I miss her.
I have a lot of memories with Auntie Sis. We used to watch Bonanza and Golden Girls together. Sunday service every week together. She pretty much did everything for me. She would always take me places. She even used to take me and pick me up from school. And I remember she'd be out there 4 hours early, just waiting for me. And I asked her, "Auntie Sis, why are you here so early? You could be at home napping." And she would tell me that she just wanted the best parking spot. But I also knew it was because she was excited to see me. She was so devoted to me, and I know she was so devoted to all of us. She gave us her whole life, and I'm eternally grateful. Love you, Auntie Sis.
My favorite memory of Auntie Sis was when Nicole, my cousin, and I were at the mall with her and Auntie Esther, and we passed by the electronics section, and we decided to look at the new DSs that came out, the new DS device that was like super popular at the time. And Auntie Sis asked us if we wanted one, and we couldn't tell if she was joking. So then she asked us to point at which one we wanted, and Nicole and I did that. Then the next thing you know, she called the worker over and asked if she can get both of those DSs. And Nicole and I were like super shocked. But then the only catch was that we weren't allowed to tell Auntie or Queen Mike that they bought it for us, because Auntie Sis said that Ate Ann is gonna kick them out of the house if she ever finds out that she spent that much money on Nicole and I, because it was a crazy amount. So Auntie Sis, thank you so much for that. Overall, just thank you for everything that you've done, for not just for me, but for like the whole family and like all the cousins, because you're always willing to like cook and go out of your way to just make sure that everyone in the family was always happy, and that really like fed off to each and every single one of your nieces and nephews, and it made us to who we are today, so we can share the love that you gave to us to every single person that we know in our life. So thank you so much, Auntie Sis, for everything that you've done.
I would like to thank Auntie Sis because when I was a kid, I was probably like 4th, 5th, 6th grade. She used to let all of us like cousins around her house, and I could honestly say that some of those were some of the happiest times of my life, just playing with my cousins and sister, and just being around our family. And she really showed the importance of our family. So thank you, Auntie Sis.
I love you and I miss you. Remember the times we would always see you and visit you, and the time you came to Virginia and when we went to Hershey in Pennsylvania. I enjoyed all the wonderful times with you. Love you and miss you. You're in a better place now.
Come over here. Where's your other brother? There. Yay. Good job. There, you guys.
Love you, Auntie Sis.
We'll love you forever.
Love you forever. In our home. We love you, Auntie Sis. Mommy?
Yes. Mama's tired.
Smile. Say cheese. Oh, that's a good one.
We love you. We love you, Mama.
Love you, Mama.